How we doing, DZ? Back with another episode. Let me fix my camera. This is DZ After Dark. EDL After Dark right here with the delayed little show, but you know,
Something better than nothing.
yeah, we're here when we are. All right, what's on the docket for this week? If hopefully you saw in the chat, do up another Survivor poll. Go do that. Went to do some research. It was easy research too because I didn't have to do anything. But it looks like Zoe and Pete. God, if I can get my damn screen down here, tied for the first round, and then Zoe won the second round. So go ahead and make. A few people have already done their survivors, but go ahead and put that in. Do your confidence polls, this, that, yada yada. What's the theme? Last week we had a lot of injuries, DZ. I know a lot of people got hit. I'm sure we'll run across some names that did get injured. Bye weeks. We might see some teams with some depleted rosters going forward. But before we get in, I know we like the things to talk about. Little side notes. I do have what we're going to talk about today because I need some ideas. But I hate that you can't. I think I can share my screen with you, but it doesn't matter. All right, so here's what I looked at. Some stats to kind of go through some history. We're kind of in the midway point through 7 weeks, of the season. That is 14. Do we have a 14? Then 15, 16, 17? Yeah, we're at the midway point of the season. And right here, if you saw, I went reports, league, starter, points by position. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at who is the best in the league by starter points. And then we're going to go back, and I went in the past 5 years, and I put some notes down as to how they shape up in the past 5 years. So, for instance, Birdman here has the best quarterback. He has 231.9 points from the quarterback this year. He is leading the league. On another page I'm going to pull up. Player, starter. So watch this. Quarterbacks 1 through 7 for Bird. I should have had this prepared, DZ. Bam, that's what we got for Bird. So Bird has the best quarterback so far of all the starters. He has 6 starts by Josh Allen and 1 by Taylor Heineke is how he's gotten it done. Second, so this is the third in the past 5 years. This is the third highest score through half a season, through 7 weeks of the EDL from a quarterback. Third best performance. Second place was to Matt in 2020. He had 1 Deshaun Watson, 3 Josh Allen, and 3 Carson Wentz to get the number 1 score of a quarterback. And then in first place was Bird back in 2020. He had 6 Russell Wilson starts and 1 Nick Foles start to get him the top spot in the past 5 years. So this is your third best performance for the quarterbacks past few years. All right, let's boogie on, DZ. Let's move to running backs. Running backs, the top stable's you. If you go right here and look at it, 434.9 is the top score we have combined for the running backs. In the past 5 years, this comes in 16th place. That was wild. Super low year from running backs, or I don't know if it's the starters or how it is, but 16th place. To note, Edwards over here, through 7 weeks, only 28 total fantasy points from his running backs. Pretty fucking wild. Last year, he only had 70.
DJ Dallas.
But if you look at there is a huge discrepancy. I think Edwards will probably go to running backs in the near future. Pretty wild. Moving on to wide receivers. Pete has the top wide receiver core at 555.9 so far this fantasy year. That is only second. That is the second of the past 5 years. Seward, back in 2018, and going back and look at these stats, just other stuff, Seward had a squad back in 2018. Definitely was on fire. But that team had Thielen,
AB,
Mike Evans, Brandon Cook, Allen Robinson, and Chris Hogan. And that was to put up, and he got all those starts in 7 weeks. He had 33 games, and he put up 585 points. This right here from Pete, very impressive. Second highest overall through 7 weeks, but he had 34 starts. So one more start than Seward, and he came in second place, but pretty interesting there. Going to our tight ends, we have Robbie with the top score here at 201.8. He has that, man, I had all these plans. This is when you're ill-prepared, DZ, when you've never done something like this. This is uncharted stat waters. Here's DZ's running back list, how he got it done. Pretty impressive here. A lot of Dalvin Cook, a lot of Ramondre. We're going to go over here and look with Pete's receivers, how he's got it done. A lot of Cooper Kupp, a lot of Justin Jefferson. Seward's when going and looking at his, and it shows their games played, how many he starts. This is actually really cool stuff for people that ever want to, if you've ever seen this on the site. Seward was pretty even across the board on his, and then let's take a look at Robbie's on the tight ends while I realize what I'm doing here and how he's got it done. This is the second highest score. Casey beat him last year. Casey had 225.3. He had a lot from Waller, Gronk, and Schultz from the Cowboys. And you think, so Robbie, this is the second highest score ever. Tight end premium. Last year was the highest score ever. That makes a lot of sense. The only other side note I have is Robbie, the only other time ever through 7 weeks did the tight ends get over the 200 mark. Just barely, it was like 200.1. Robbie did that also back in 2018. But he needed 19 games, 19 starts from his tight end to get it done. This year, he only got it done in 14. So tight end premiums definitely help him. That's all I got. Little wordy, little stats. You can kind of see how I went and found starter points, and then you can go in and see how each team, what they did, who's starters, how they're getting it done, all that. But kind of fun little things. And without further ado, DZ, let's get into last week's game.
Hey, that was an awesome segment, Nate Dogg. Good work.
It was a little choppy, but, it goes on.
That's all good.
All right. I want to go report weekly results. Let's look at week 7, and we're going to start with the first one on the board. Casey putting up a really big score, 269.3 to 232.3 over Seward. Casey, big win, getting back in the winning column. A lot of good scores here. Who was his pay dirt?
Yeah, I went with Joe Burrow right here, Nate Dogg. 45.6 points in this one, 481 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He also got in on the ground one time. 84.9 points the last 2 weeks for Joe Burrow, on fire. Vaulted him to number 3 overall player in the EDL.
Really? Pretty good thing from Joe Burrow. And his Joe Dirt?
Man, this is a guy I was super high on, Nate, before the season started. I think you were a little bit high on, too, with one of your bets that you made. A.J. Dillon is really been a failure so far. Only 2.3 points in this one, Nate Dogg. He is now the number 34 running back in ADL.
Crazy. My bet that I liked him on his over-under for this season on rushing touchdowns was 5.5, and I'm like, you could smash the over on that. He only has 1, and that was back in week 1, so tough for him. Another side note, we saw the Jamar Chase news today. A little injury.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Boyd here with a good game. That could be a pretty good piece for Casey going forward.
Absolutely.
Definitely some value that skyrocketed. Seward's team, 232.3. That's one of his better scores of recent. Tough to run into Casey here. Give me his pay dirt.
Yeah, good week by Seward, man. Wasted the good surprise on a losing effort here. But I went with George Pickens in this one. Look at, Seward needs to get a little bit younger. He doesn't like to make a lot of trades. He needs to hit on his first-round picks. And he did on this one. 18.1 for George Pickens, 6 catches, 61 yards, a touchdown. 14-plus points in 3 of his last 4 games. And Nate Dogg, since week 4, he's been the number 1 wide receiver. Bro, number 1 rookie wide receiver. Sorry.
I was gonna say that's it's pretty. I think your numbers are off, but that makes more sense. Pickens might be a stud. Give me his Joe Dirt.
This one, I was high on this guy too, man. Hunter Renfro is getting no love in Las Vegas now since Devontae hit town. 8.5 points in this one, Nate. Number 87 receiver in the league now, averaging 7.7 points per game. After coming off a year, Nate, with you might be surprised. I was a little bit surprised. Number 10 wide receiver to end the year last year.
Damn. Good win for KC. Let's move on to our next matchup. We have Zoe and Rupp. Rupp not putting up a good score here, but getting the win over Zoe, 186.3 to 152.4. Rupp's pay dirt. Got to be Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's got what, like almost 25% of Rupp's points in a really, really bad week. Josh Jacobs, 40.5 points. Nate Dogg in this one, 20 carries, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns. Look at his last 3 games, Nate. 40.1, 34.5, 40.5 for a 38.37 average over the last 3. His last 3 games was a bye smash in there. Number 4 overall player this year. What a surprise. I really sold out on this guy. I really didn't think – I thought he was a lame duck running back, left for dead. What a great season so far for him.
And his Joe Dirt.
James Robinson. A goose egg here for Rupp. That's very I guess Robinson played in this game, but a goose egg here. Now, he started the first 3 games off with 20-plus points. The last 4 games, only 21.3 total points. And now he's shipped off to New York. Let's see if he can get some of that value back starting this week.
Do you think, are you buying the New York move?
Hey, look.
Did Rupp get saved?
Maybe a little bit, but hey, with volume only. I think Michael Carter's a better option. I think I don't know if Ty Johnson's still there, but look at the history's not with you if you tear your Achilles tendon. It's showing up now.
That's true. Let's look at Zoe's team and his pay dirt.
This is just this is so hard every week to figure the fuck what to do with this. But I went with PJ Walker. 19 points, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Somewhat of a no-name quarterback, and now the coach is saying even if Baker and Darnold are ready to go, PJ Walker is his guy, at least going for this week.
And his Joe Dirt?
I want to go honorable mention here with Robbie Anderson. Look, we all know that Zoe's trying to tank here, and boy, Robbie Anderson's doing him a solid. Back-to-back goose eggs on 2 different teams, very impressive. But I'm going to go with the real Joe Dirt here. This one's got to suck a little bit for Zoe because this is one of his young pieces. -2 points, Nate. And I saw he had -2 earlier in the year versus the Colts, in which Zoe had started. I reached out to the research department to look this up to see if there's some sort of record. It's got to be. They told me to fuck off. So officially, I'm saying that's the record for most -2 point games in a season. Sky Moore. Wow. I mean, they put him in, let him fumble a punt, and then they just bench him the rest of the game. It's a good way to develop talent.
Oh, that's tough. And then they just traded for Tony. So definitely not good in the Sky Moore department. Value took a hit for sure. Good win for Rupp, even though it was a small one. But going forward, we have Pete with the 100 point spread right here. Victory over Matt, 276.4 to 173.4. Good win for Pete. Who's his pay dirt?
Pete. Oh, dude. So this one, I messed up my notes here a little bit. I went with Nicole Hardman. Nate Dogg, 28.4 in this game, 4 catches, 60 yards, 3 touchdowns. I went back and looked. He's been in the league for 4 years. Never been over 20 points ever, Nate. So uh, huge production from McCole Hardman in this one.
Yep. And is Joe Dirt?
We talked about George Pickens. I think this is really working against Deontay. It seems like Pickens and Pickett have a little thing going on. Deontay is the one that's actually taking the hit here. 9.7 in this one, Nate. Number 45 wide receiver the last 4 weeks. He was and he's number 30 receiver for the season. Last season, Nate, he was the number 7 wide receiver in all ADL.
Tough, interesting development over there. And let's go on to Matt's team and his pay dirt.
Man, this was a no-brainer every single week. This guy's been going nuts. If anyone owns this guy in redraft, you're probably having a fantastic season. But it's Austin Eckler, 38.5 in this one. Forget the rushing, Nate. 12 catches, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 35.5 points over the last 4 weeks. And I messed up on the Josh Jacobs stat earlier. Eckler is actually the number 4 overall player. And I'm talking about quarterbacks, too. Eckler's number 4 overall for the season.
Dude, I'm kind of looking something up right now. Give me his Joe Dirt.
I can't really blame Matt. A chance against Pete, but he did start a guy that did not play. James Conner, 0 points for him. So that's got to be, I guess I'll just throw that in there as just Joe Dirt. If you don't play, I don't think you could score.
Side note on Austin Eckler, I'm just looking at it right here. In the past 2 weeks, he has the most receptions in the NFL, and he's tied for lead in targets. Wild.
He's going wild.
All right, let's move on to our next matchup. Actually, that's game of the week. So let's move on one more. We got you and Robbie. Another one after that. All right, DZ, you got a dub here. 256.4. You keep trading away guys, I feel like. And
that's not even a dub. That's a smash.
That's a smash. And your team's getting better, it feels like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give me your pay dirt.
We just got done talking about James Conner. Let's talk about the guy that took his spot. Benjamin, it's funny. I was telling Jerome this, and I think it was me, you, and Bird when we used to sit down on the Xbox game chat and watch film. I swear we were watching film on the kill.
Oh, we lose, DZ? Watching
Harry,
film.
Trying to scout the draft, kind of just talk outside.
Oh, are you there? I see you now.
Man, that sucks, dude. I've been having such internet problems.
That's why we're delayed.
Oh, God. Make it stop, Charter. What the fuck, dude?
Right. Benjamin, good fucking
anyways, I'll kill the story. Anyways, Benjamin, thank you.
Give me your pay dirt or your Joe Dirt. Is the internet?
I'm just gonna go quick with this shit. Rondell Moore, 4.1. The only guy, Nate, in my starting lineup, in my starting offense, that had less than double digits, so he can fuck off.
Dude, your backfield is pretty crazy. If you're running a 0 running back, I bet you're the Foreman, Benjamin, Ramondre, those are some good picks. Looking at Robbie's team, which we're actually in the middle of Thursday Night Football. Lamar's on. I don't think last time I checked, I don't think he's done anything. Give me Robbie's pay dirt and then his Joe Dirt.
Pay dirt, Damian Pierce keeps it going, Nate Dog, 19.7. Dude, this was a game where it got ugly for the Texans in the fourth quarter. So for him to get 20 points without scoring a touchdown, pretty impressive for a rookie running back.
And then his Joe Dirt.
You just talked about it, Lamar Jackson. Nate Dogg, after only 11.9 in this one, week 2 he had 49.7. Week 3 he had 48.9. Since then, Nate, every game's been under 20. That's not good for generational talent at quarterback.
Yeah, he's on his way for another back-to-back Joe Dirts. Looking at the first half box score, not good for Lamar. I own Lamar in the league. And then, good win for you, DZ. I don't mind that because our Our division is tough. I think we're all over
Yeah.
500 right now, right?
Nah, I think I'm a game under. I think I'm a game under.
A game under. Good win for you. Moving on to our next one, we got Bird continuing the winning ways. 230 over Edwards 181. Let's look at Bird's pay dirt.
Man, I went back to the well. I think I went with this last week. But Kenneth Walker, man, he's looked so impressive. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm going to keep talking about him. 32.3 in this one, 167 on the ground, 2 touchdowns. He's right now, even though he didn't play week 1 and it was kind of used for, and 2 weeks after that, he's the number 4 overall rookie right now.
Impressive. Definitely. I traded him away in a league, and it's not feeling good about it right now. And give me his Joe Dirt.
I went with Leonard Fournette. 6.2 in this one. The Tampa Bay offense all looked pretty bad against Carolina. He went from averaging 22 points per game, which is really, 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 really good, all the way down to under 20 points per game with that sorry-ass performance in Carolina.
I'm with it. And then let's take a look at the Edwards side and his pay dirt.
I've just been kind of banging on this Kenny Pickett and the effect that he has on other fantasy players. Well, Pat Freiermuth actually might have a good connection with this kid. 19.5 in this one, 8 catches, 75 yards. Currently the number 10 tight end as we enter week 8, despite missing a game in week 6.
And his Joe Dirt?
And we talked about this in the chat. We were trying to figure out who's going to be the one that kind of loses value because of C-Mac. Well, this week it was Debo. First game under double digits, 9.6 in this one. So I wouldn't be concerned, but that's kind of a shitty start for Debo for Debo owners.
Good one for Bird here. I think that makes him 6-1. And then our game of the week was myself against Jerome. I got a win here. Definitely needed it. Let me see. And my pay dirt's got to be Mostert. What'd you pick for me, DZ?
Yes, sir. Mostert, 24.1. Yes, 24.1. Last 3 weeks, number 12 running back, Nate, 18.5 points per game. And I want to go back to the trade that you made with Zoe. I thought that was really a shrewd move by you. You gave up a second, a 2024, so and then you gave up Tannehill and you gave him some E-Bucks, which fucking Zoe's swimming in E-Bucks. I don't know why you needed the E-Bucks here, winning all those fucking survivors. And you got Raheem Mostert and Zach Ertz. Love the move by you, Nate Dogg. It's paying off big time for you.
2 old guys, but they're doing well. And then give me my Joe Dirt.
Yeah, man, this was I'm really curious. So I know Cooper Rush was in there, but Michael Gallup, Nate Dogg, 0 points. Hey, and listen, he's getting the snaps. It's not like he came back from his injury and he's not playing. Week 4, 63.4, 5 the following weeks. Man, he's really kind of hurting you because I really like that trade you made last year to get him.
Hopefully he gets a little healthy. Your internet, you're a little choppy here and there, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, bro. A thing just popped up that said your internet connection's unstable. Lovely.
Yeah, over there.
Fucking charter, man.
Fucking war going on outside. Jerome's team, give me his pay dirt.
We talked about this. This will be the last time he's on the pay dirt list for about 4 to 6 weeks. Jamar Chase.
Fucking balled out this game.
$33 points in this one, 8 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Number 4 wide receiver.
And then give me his Joe Dirt.
I lost you there for a second, or maybe you were looking at something, but
No, you were a little choppy. It's all right though. It comes through back and forth, but we're gonna fly through this.
All right, yeah, let's go. I'm on St. Brown, 1.4, left the game. Nate Dogg, he was the number 3 wide receiver through 3 weeks. Now he's number 29.
All right. Let's move on. Do some quick picks and get this over with it
Yeah, get the
before
fuck
we
out of
fucking
here.
lose
We're,
you for good.
we're worst show ever.
It was a little tough. Usually I do my research like generally before the show. I did all those numbers like 2 days ago, and this is the next time I've looked at
Dude,
it.
that fucks me up too, bro. I'm like, what did I write here?
Yeah, yep. So, note to self: don't do that again. We put the game of the week up here. We're gonna leave it there. Move on. We got Edwards versus. Hey, we got a level playing field here. Edwards and Seward. Two teams, 0-8 versus 1-7. What do we got? I'm gonna go Seward's guy. I'm going Seward here.
Yeah, Seward's about to catch a little fire here.
Next game we got Rupp and Matt matching up. I'm gonna stick with.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm thinking. I'm gonna
Okay,
go. I'm gonna go Rupp.
fuck.
I did
Dude,
the freeze glitch.
do not do that. Do not do that again. Hey, something interesting. I just want to point out. The big bad rub. Every year, but hey, I'm considered one of the weaker teams in the league right now. I know I'm kind of like in rebuild and all that shit. I got 2 more points than Rub for the season, just so y'all know. Okay.
Hey.
With that said, I'll take Rupp in this one.
I'm taking Rupp. Next matchup, Zoe and Pete. That should be an easy Pete.
Whoa! Is this like biggest differential lookout game right here?
But shoot, we'll have to look. after it's said and done. Next one we got me and you. We should put this as I didn't even know. We should put this as game of the week.
It's my game of the week.
I'm getting this. Look at my numbers. Look at all of them. They're just glowing. Double digits for days. Are you starting Stafford? Easy win.
What the fuck what am I fucking supposed to do, bro? I'll let you pick.
I'm getting the win.
No, hold on. You pick.
No, I'm not doing that. I've played that.
No,
game
you
before,
pick.
You
No. You
I
pick.
want. All right, I want Stafford. Give me Stafford. That's who you got in there. That's who.
All right.
I
love it.
Jerome and Robbie. This is a big matchup. Both teams are 5-3.
It hurt.
This is a big game. I think I gotta go. Oh, fuck, we know Lamar's sucking right now. Currently, I'm still gonna go Robbie.
They're knocking on the door.
Just because Jamar Chase. We're losing some Jamar Chase this week, so I'm gonna go Robbie.
I'm cheating right now. I'm looking at what they got in scores right now.
What is it?
Robbie's got Lamar and Bateman in, and he's got 4.5. And Jerome's got Drake London and Mike Edwards, and he's up 6.6.
Drake London? I think you meant Kenyon Drake. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm going Robbie. Who you going? I think he did the freeze glitch.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Let's just get through the shit.
All right, good shit, DZ. EDL, the worst show ever.
Hey, we didn't do it all.
What's left?
We didn't do the game of the week, did we?
Oh shit, you're right. Who's the game of the week? Go to the top.
Bird and Casey.
Casey's 5-3. Bird 7-1. Dude, Pollard probably I'm going Casey. Pollard with Zeke out. Pollard probably becomes like a legit number one.
And then Boyd.
Tyler Boyd. Yeah.
I think that although Leonard Fournette's already got in the end zone, I think Casey's got a chance for an upset here.
Upset alert.
Yep.
Upset alert. I'm going Casey. All right, realist, EDL ever, through thick and thin. See you next week, DZ.
Peace out, brother.
Peace out.